What's up everybody, another beautiful day in the Dragonflight, and the enhancement tier bonus from our new set in 10.1 has been buffed / adjusted. So let's go over how the new tier bonus works, since this time we actually get to try it. So the 2-set bonus, Sundering, increases your mastery by 24% for 15 seconds, used to be 12%. And the 4-set bonus has been adjusted a lot, so Sundering increases your physical and fire damage dealt by 30% for 15 seconds, and your next 3 Chain Lightning casts deal 100% increased damage and refund 50% of Maelstrom weapon stacks consumed. So previously you only got 12% mastery, which I complained was a bit low, and obviously Blizzard watches all my enhancement videos for my input, so you're welcome. The 4-set used to be 30% physical damage if you hit a single target, and 1x 50% empowered Chain Lightning that would refund Maelstrom if you hit 2 or more targets with Sundering, which had the annoying gameplay loop of when you wanted physical damage on AoE, you were screwed. It was just weird. So the new one is miles ahead of the old one, not only numbers wise, but it works well for both elementalist and physical builds, opens up the potential for Fire Nova builds, and it works the same on single target and AoE, and on top of that actually makes a fun impact on your rotation during it and before it, since you want to set things up for the big slaps. And trust me, Sundering is a nuke now, or well, nuke enabling. So on single targets it's just a big slap enhancer, if you will. Smash Sundering, gain 24% mastery, which increases all your proc chances plus elemental damage, so 24% damage increase on all your spells plus Wind Fury and Stormbringer procs. And with the 4-set enabled, this just further increases with the 30% physical and fire damage, and since the elementalist build will benefit from this due to Lava Lash, Flame Shock Dots, and Elemental Blast, and possibly Lava Burst if you play that. And the physical build gets a ton from, well, physical damage, but also from Lava Burst and Elemental Blast due to the 30% fire damage. And all of this is tied up nicely on a 40-sec cooldown. Sadly, that cooldown is still Sundering, which is pretty much the only button we don't want tied to all of this, but hey, it fits their rocky elemental Uwu dragon theme they got going on, and it is a dope spell. I love pressing Sundering, you smash open the earth. But it's sad that we can't use it for crowd control in the same consistent way. Now if we swap over to AoE instead, it gets a lot more fun due to the additional 3x 100% empowered Chain Lightning slaps that refunds half their Maelstrom spent. The amount of burst you can dish out with both a physical and elemental build featuring Frost Shock slaps is pretty insane. Slap down Sundering into a Chain Lightning into a Frost Shock, and then you're either capped on Maelstrom since you have 5 already and can Chain Lightning, or you do like 1 Crash Lightning and then Chain Lightning into a new Frost Shock slap, etc, etc. Of course with Ice Strikes in between. And more often than not, it's just Chain Lightning, Ice Strike, Frost Shock, Chain Lightning, Crash Lightning, Frost Shock, Chain Lightning, etc, etc. And each Chain Lightning does an insane amount of damage, and well, your Frost Shock slaps in between with the 24% extra mastery. And for the Elementalist build and Fizz AoE build with Primordial Wave, it gets even better since, well, you can always line this up with Primordial Wave due to the low cooldown. So on AoE like M+, you almost always have 60% haste on top of the 24% mastery and 30% Fizz fire damage increase, further enhancing your output. Now for the pure physical build, you can combine every other Sundering with Doom Winds. However, with the brief amount of testing, I haven't really found an optimal way to do this, since during Doom Winds you kinda want to spam your Wind Fury proccing abilities, so you kinda don't want to Chain Lightning, but you really want to combine Doom Winds with Sundering since, well, that also procs Wind Fury. So you want to Doom Winds into Sundering, but during Sundering you want to spend Chain Lightning and Frost Shocks. But it could also be a case that since you lower the cooldown on Crash Lightning a ton during all of this due to the Chain Lightnings, it could be worth to slap it anyway. It's a bit weird. I'm not sure how it's gonna work out. Testing will find out. And smart people that can sim will tell. Now the new set bonus also puts the possibility of the elusive Fire Nova build back on the map, depending on how the tier bonus will work, since Fire Nova is now Flame Strike damage, which gets increased by, as far as I know, both physical and fire damage. I'm unsure if the tier bonus will stack for that, or if it's just 30% 30% damage rather than 60%. But regardless, it's a possibility. Copium! And even with just a 30% damage increase, it might tip us over the edge, at least with a Fist Fire Nova build, where you just spam Crash Lightning, Chain Lightning, and Fire Nova the majority of the time. Since with more gear, more haste, more mastery, we generate an absurd amount of Maelstrom. But I'm unsure, I will test this a bit during next M+ testing, and again, Sims will tell. But it's fun to fantasize. There's also currently a bug with the tier bonus where it works with Elemental Blast, or well, all spenders really. So any spender you use when you have the Sundering buff up will refund 5 Maelstrom, which to be fair, I kinda love. It feels really good to slap down a Sundering into an Elemental Blast and get 5 Maelstrom back, and you can almost Elemental Blast again. So as far as bugs goes, this one I wish would stay, cause it would bring even more to the table. You could still have 3x 100% damage increased Chain Lightning, just change it so it refunds any 3 spenders, and it will make single target even more fun. The momentum we get in our rotation during it would be awesome, and we'd possibly be able to get out 3 Elemental Blasts during each set of Wolfies with Sundering. I mean, just imagine this, you're on a boss, you pop your Wolfies, you cap out your Maelstrom, you slap down a Sundering Elemental Blast, you do like a Storm Strike into another Elemental Blast, into all your other things. I mean, the momentum will just be so much fun to play with, so I really wish that would be something they put in. I doubt it, unless they really are listening to all my videos. One can dream. And on top of that, there's also a bug where we just insta-refund all Maelstrom regardless of buffs or procs. Also feels insanely nice and insanely unintended, but it's like a divine purpose proc or whatever. It's awesome. Give me. We need more procs. All the procs. Make everything proc. Make the procs proc everything. So the final verdict at face value and with an hour or two of dummy slapping, I like it. I really wish it wasn't tied to Sundering, since I'd like to be able to choose when to use it both as an AoE pad and as a crowd control. And if they're hellbent on having it tied to Sundering, at least give it some CDR of some sort in the set bonus. It would make the gameplay loop and momentum even better. Perhaps they'd have to nerf the actual damage bonus we get from it if we get it more often, but it'd be more fun and it would offset that we can't use it for crowd control as often. But it is really fun to play with. It feels extremely impactful currently, and I love that it's on a short cooldown like everything else, so we can easily combine it with all our other stuff, regardless of build. So yeah, you pop Primordial Wave, you slap down Sundering into Lightning Bolt, and you have that 24% mastery damage increase for your Lightning Bolt slap, which in turn gives you 60% haste, and then you have 40% elemental damage from your Wolfies, combined with that 24% mastery, 30% fist fire damage from your set bonus. Your next 3 Chain Lightning will slap the ever-living shit out of them, and then pop a puzzle box with that and crit for 1,000,000 with Elemental Blast or some shit. I mean, it might be that the first iteration of this set was so incredibly feels bad that this seems amazing, but I've genuinely enjoyed trying it out on PTR. I mean, there are issues with it, but as far as set bonuses goes, there are worse. I like it. I've said what I'd like them to fix with it. But yeah, if it doesn't fix, I'm so far kind of fine with it. But I will make an updated video following this week's raid/M+ testing where I'll have time to really try it out a lot more in depth. So maybe I'll come back and be like, I was wrong. It feels bad, man. It feels really bad. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the updated tier. If you have any questions, hit me up here or become a patron or Twitch sub and get access to the Stankie Gaming Discord, which is the fastest way to get a hold of me, and it's also filled with a lot of useful info and helpful people. Don't forget the usual stuff, like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, ring that notification bell to stay up to date on all the enhancement slapping. I'm also streaming all of my progression rating on Twitch, Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays when progress is on. Stankie Gaming. And yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.